Hi, it's Joe from the Georgina Public Library, and I'm here in my living room ready to read you another story for our Storytime program. I'm hoping we can get all the way through this with my dog because she's been all over the place today. Anyway, we're going to start off with something big, and that is a big book from Harper Collins Publishers, If You Give a Moose a Muffin, written by Laura Joffe Numeroff and illustrated by Felicia Bond. If you give a moose a muffin, he'll want some jam to go with it. So you'll bring out some of your mother's homemade blackberry jam. When he's finished eating the muffin, he'll want another, and another, and another. And when they're all gone, he'll ask you to make some more. You'll have to go to the store to get some muffin mix. He'll want to go with you. When he opens the door and feels how chilly it is, he'll ask to borrow a sweater. When he puts on the sweater, he'll notice one of the buttons is loose. He'll ask you for a needle and thread. He'll start sewing. The button will remind him of the puppets his grandmother used to make. So he'll ask for some old socks. He'll make sock puppets. When they're done, he'll want to put on a puppet show. He'll need some cardboard and some paint. Then he'll ask you to help you make scenery. But when the scenery is finished, he'll get behind the couch, but his antlers will stick out. So he'll ask you for something to cover them up. You'll bring him a sheet from your bed. When he sees the sheet, he'll remember he wants to be a ghost for Halloween. He'll try it on and shout, "Woo!" It'll scare him so much, he'll knock over the paints. So he'll use the sheet to clean up the mess. Then he'll ask for some soap to wash it out. He'll probably want to hang the sheets up to dry. He'll go outside to put it on the clothesline. When he's out in the yard, he'll see your mother's blackberry bushes. Seeing the blackberry bushes will remind him of the jam. He'll probably ask you for some. And chances are, if you give him the jam, he'll want a muffin to go with it. Now, that's the kind of book that always inspires me to think of 9,000 other things to do. So I read the book this morning and kind of practiced, and then I was getting ready to record the video. And then I thought, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to make a take-home activity. I'm going to show the kids how to make blackberry jam. But I didn't have any blackberries in the freezer. And you probably all know how to make muffins or get muffins, so I figured that one was easy. But then I went looking for old socks, because that inspired me to make sock puppets. But I really didn't have anything other than plain old black socks, and they weren't really old, so that went with that. But you can see how a book like this would inspire you to think of lots of other things you can do just from one story. And now, we have a special friend who has sent us a greeting and recorded a book. It's Rachel from Children's Services, and she's crunching some munch, and she's going to read Robert Munsch's Moose to go along with our moose theme. Hope you've enjoyed Storytime today. Enjoy Rachel's video that's going to be right on at the same time. And we'll see you next time for Storytime.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the first online Storytime with Rachel from the Georgina Public Library. So maybe my first time, please go easy on me. I'm going to do my best to show you a story and a little activity. So today for our story, we've got Moose by Robert Munsch, and it's illustrated by Michael Martchenko. So one morning, Luke woke up early. He got dressed and went outside. There in the yard was a large, enormous moose. When he looked at it, he yelled, "Moose!" Then he ran around the yard 3 times, and he went inside to wake up his father. Luke said, "Daddy." Then he said a little louder, "Daddy." Then he yelled as loud as he could, "Daddy!" And Luke's father didn't wake up, so Luke grabbed a pillow and whapped him on the head, and his father jumped out of bed and yelled, "What's the matter?" "Out in the yard," said Luke, "is a large, enormous moose." Also, this is my cat. You'll see him probably a lot in story time. And his dad said, "That's crazy. Moose do not come anywhere near the farm." Still, he got dressed. He went outside and he yelled, "Moose!" That frightened the moose, so it jumped all the way up in the air and came down on him like his father, and he said, "Quack!" And Luke decided to go get his mother. Luke yelled, "Mommy!" Then a little louder, "Mommy!" Then even yelled, he yelled, "Mommy!" Luke's mother didn't wake up, so he took off his hat and whapped her on the head. His mother jumped out of bed and yelled, "What's the matter?" "Out in the yard," said Luke, "is a large, enormous moose." "Don't be silly," says the mother. "Moose do not come anywhere near the farm." Still, she got dressed and went outside, and she rubbed her eyes and she yelled, "Moose!" That frightened the moose, and it jumped all the way up in the air, and it came down on Luke's mother, and she said, "Quack!" Luke sat down and thought for a while. Then he got an idea. He ran out into the kitchen and opened the refrigerator, and out he got 3 big orange carrots and held them at the door and said, "Here, moosey, 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 moosey." The moose came over and ate the carrot, crunch. Luke said, "I think I like this moose." The moose ate another carrot, crunch. Luke said, "I want to keep him for a pet." The moose ate his 3rd carrot, crunch. And Luke said, "He can live in my treehouse." Just then his mother said, "Luke, get me a broom." "Do you mean a large broom for chasing away enormous cute moosies?" said Luke. "Yes," said his mother. So Luke got the large, enormous broom for shooing away cute moosies and gave it to his mother. First, Luke's mother chased the moose around the yard. Then the moose chased Luke's mother around the yard. And then the moose ate the broom. "This is not working," said Luke. "Luke," said his father, "get me a hose." "Do you mean a large, enormous hose for chasing away cute moosies?" said Luke. "Yes," said his father. So Luke got the large, enormous hose for chasing away cute moosies and gave it to his father. First, Luke's father chased the moose around the yard. Then the moose chased Luke's father around the yard. And then the moose took the hose and had a wonderful bath. "This is not working," said Luke. Then Luke's 3 sisters came out of the house, each one holding a large, enormous squirt gun. "That will not work," said Luke. "The moose likes water." His sister yelled, "Hey, Moosey!" And the moose turned around and saw the squirt guns and yelled, "Hunters!" The moose ran away and did not come back. "See," said Luke's sisters, and they squirted Luke, skronk, skronk, skronk. And Luke said, "That was a cute moosey. I can still live in my treehouse." So he took the rest of the carrots out of the refrigerator and ran after it. The end. So for the moose story, I thought it might be a fun idea if you've got some paper at home, some pencils or markers, to make your own moose. So please forgive my drawing. I have much bigger hands than you probably do. So my hands didn't totally fit on the paper, but if you can trace your hand on a piece of paper, if not, get a grown-up to help you. Trace your hand on a piece of paper and leave some space in the middle, and then trace your other hand on the piece of paper. Then you can draw your very own moose. Please forgive my moosey. It's not my best ever moosey, but I'm sure you guys can do great ones. And then you can color it with paint or markers or crayons, whatever you've got at home. So if you want to make the moose, you just have to trace your hands, but make sure you leave some space in between. Make sure you get his ears. You could even put googly eyes here if you want. And if you'd like, you can send your pictures of you and your moosey to the Georgina Facebook page, the Georgina Library Facebook page, or our email on our website, and we'll post your pictures of you and your moosey. So I hope you guys have a great day and enjoy your moose drawings.